Okay, so as always, I'm a little bit late in setting up. So, sun is nearly down. I'm trying to find a pitch because I'm going to do my first ever tarp camp tonight. So I've got a bivy as well, but it's my first time properly tarp camping. So I may or may not use the bivy. Trying to find a place to pitch, and because of time frames, this is pretty much the best I can get. Problem is, it's on a bit of a slope, and it's quite squelchy. So I decided to bring out a couple of footprints, ground sheets for my other tents with me, just so I can put it on the floor before I put the tarp up. Because what I don't want to do is set the tarp up, lift it up, and then the inside of the tarp's going to be soaking wet because the ground is soaked. So a little tip from someone who knows nothing about tarps. But also it's going to mean that I can get in and out of it to put the pole up and to bring my gear in without being on my knees and getting my trousers soaking wet. So makes life a little bit easier. In case you're wondering what this beanie is, so I'm doing the Great Tommy Sleepout, which is a charity in aid of the Royal British Legion. Now, I know you're going to go, you do that for fun anyway, but it's about raising awareness and trying to make money for this really, really good charity. So I've got a Facebook, not a page, but my Facebook link, which is in my video description. Not the description, but my main page channel. You can see it's Novice Wild Camper. If you do a search on Facebook, there is a link there. So if you do want to donate, I have hit my target, but obviously I'm trying to donate because it's a worthy cause. So I'm trying to donate as much as I possibly can. So yeah, Royal British Legion. It's going to be in March, the actual Great Tommy Sleepout, and there's thousands of people across the country who are going to be doing it, and it's all in aid of obviously a very good charity. When I do it, I'm going to go a bit more hardcore, so I'm thinking bivy only, nothing else, see what happens. Also testing out new jackets. This is the Montane Extreme Smock, which is very similar to the Buffalo 6 Special 6 shirt, so it's got a thick pile thermal lining. It's designed to wear pretty much nothing underneath it. I've got a very thin synthetic t-shirt underneath, and it's designed to keep you warm, wick away the sweat. It's not fully waterproof. It can let water in if it gets absolutely soaked, but it still keeps you warm inside even if you're wet. It is forecast to pour down with rain in the morning, so that's going to be fun. But I've worn this on the little hike up here. It's not been a huge hike, and it's really comfortable. It's got big side vents to open up and vent and get some air through. It's very, very warm. It's really designed for colder climates, and this is about 6 degrees at the moment. But yeah, it's nice, comfortable. The reason why I chose the Montane one over the Buffalo 6 was the Buffalo 6 was a lot more expensive, but looking at reviews online and lots of people who've done full comparison tests over long periods of time against both of them, they all seem to have rated the Montane higher than the Buffalo 6. So I got this one. So this tarp is the clone of the Trailstar. It's made by Flames Creed. You can get it on AliExpress, about 50 quid. The Trailstar Mountain Laurel Design, MLD Trailstar, imported into the UK is about £240, so it's considerably more. The Trailstar weighs 428 grams, this weighs 420. I have no doubt that the Trailstar is a better quality product and stronger, but for 50 quid, can't go wrong. Saying that, you do have to seam seal it because it is double siliconized nylon, and I haven't seam sealed it. So it's forecast to rain from about 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So that'll be fun to see if it works in the rain. Set this tarp up. I won't show it. I'll just get it up and I'll show you inside. Right, so I'm quite glad I didn't film that. That was a massive pain. It's obviously, I've never tried it before. It's an unusual shaped tarp. It's not like your normal 3x3 or 4x4. To peg it out correctly, one, for the first time when you don't know it, and two, in a bit of a breeze, it's not really windy, is a bit of a pain. So you sort of set it up and then you have to move all the pegs around, move all the pegs around. So yeah, not been the easiest thing in the world to do. Getting in and out of it is not easy. I've got one of these little foam kneel mats. Actually, I've got 2 of them. So I'm putting them on the floor, reversing out, kneeling on it, and then managing to get myself back out again. But there's plenty of space in here. It is nice and spacious. As long as I'm near the middle, I can sit up. My head's just touching the side there now. One of the, I watched a review, a couple of setup reviews and videos on this tarp, and one of them said it's actually better to sleep widthways, and it's longer. there's absolutely no way in a million years, I'll show you, that I would be able to sleep from there, quilt out of the way, to there. It's very shallow and it's not as long. And I was going to sleep with my head at the back end and my feet by the door, but I'm on a slope and that'll be my feet above me. So I've turned around so I can have my head down here, looking out up at the stars. Stars. It's Dartmoor in February. Up at the clouds and then the rain in the morning. But yeah, it feels quite decent quality. I've already got some condensation inside here, just from me being in here, but I've been getting hot and sweaty, getting stressed setting it up. The top here has got a strengthening point on it. I think, personally, I should have brought my little tennis ball to go over the top of the pole just to help it. But it seems pretty sturdy. Laying down here, my feet are touching the end and I haven't got a quilt on yet. So I may have to shuffle up a bit towards the door. Now I've got myself an OEX Bush Pro Bivy bag, which my intention was to get inside that with my quilt, my sleep mat inside it, because it's supposed to be quite big and spacious. And that way, if my feet touch the outer and it was wet, or if rain comes through in the morning, not going to be as big an issue. But I think, in all honesty, I'm going to struggle to get in and out of a bivvy that hasn't got a zip in it in this space. I'm not sure it's going to work. Particularly if I put the mat inside it, then that's going to make it hard to sit up, to bend, to sort of push the bivvy down off of you. You'll have to sort of slide the mat out as well. So I'll have a play with that later on, see how it goes. Right, I'm going to crack a beer open, and then I might get on with my burgers in a minute. But I just had a sudden thought, being nice and open as it is to nature. When I get undressed to go to bed tonight, I've got absolutely zero privacy whatsoever. So yeah, hopefully there's no one walking around on Dartmoor in the dark, because they might get a shock. So I've got two of my favourite Tesco chuck burgers for dinner. I've got some rubber cheese to go with it. I do quite like that cheap rubber cheese. And I've got my favourite brioche buns as well. And breakfast, I've got my favourite bacon as well. So I'm going to have two breakfast bacon rolls. Treating myself tonight. Right, I'm going to flip these burgers. Looking forward to tucking into these. They are massive, these burgers. It's good. It's just nice to have proper food for a change. Be able to take my time, because I'm camping at the weekend, and cook some proper food. Burger, i.e. not boiling a bag or a noodle. And obviously some bacon for breakfast, so looking forward to that. Even if it's going to pour down with rain. These little compressed towels are ideal for washing up. They weigh literally nothing, and they pop out into a small but a decent little towel, which is quite handy for just getting all the fat off your frying pan or anything else you've been cooking with. I'll show you how quickly and easily they work. Literally just pour a bit of water on and watch it expand. Then you got a little wet towel. Not warm like you get on an airplane, but decent enough to wipe the grease off. Right, so I have been lying here for about the last hour inside the bivvy. Bivvy is bone dry. My feet are touching the end, so the bivvy's keeping my quilt dry. But there is a huge amount of condensation inside the bivvy already. And I can feel my quilt fairly damp. So that's just an hour of me laying in here. there's no other condensation inside. There is on the fly, but I've got some clothes and stuff on the floor, which is fine. But yeah, my corpse damp, which is not good. So I'm hoping that's not going to continue throughout the night. I had it open, so my face was out. I wasn't breathing into it. Admittedly though, it was very, very comfortable, and I was quite snug in the quilt on the bivvy with it over my head. So it's nice. The moon was out earlier, so it was really bright out the front. I took a picture using my phone on night mode, and it just looked like daytime. So it's pointless showing it because it just looks like I took a picture during the day. But I think the sun's gone in now behind clouds. It's supposed to cloud over tonight, and then obviously rain, as it always does, in the morning. But my burgers were good. I had my beers, and I think I might actually call it a night. Have an early night. It's 9:30 now. So yeah, I might turn in and hopefully get a decent night's kip, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, well, it's still around 5 AM rain, and the wind's picked up as well, and it is hammering it down, so this is going to be fun. Although saying that, the outside of my bivy bag is bone dry, the inside is soaked. The quilt though is performing extremely well and keeping me dry still, so anyway, I'm just going to keep an eye on this and see how well the seams work. Nothing coming through at the moment. Just condensation coming off the ceiling. Been a fun night. It's nearly 7 o'clock. Hasn't stopped raining since about 4. No rain has actually come through, so even though this isn't seam sealed, it's been absolutely fine. The wind has been battering the condensation off of the tarp, and obviously that's been going down all over my gear, but there's actually no rain coming through. I thought I saw a drip then, but nothing. But I don't understand why this bivy is so bad for condensation. But what it does highlight is the fact that my Flames Creed quilt, okay, so I've had this for, I don't know, 2 years now, and I've used it throughout the winter as well. I've put it down to -6, and it's supposed to be I think it's a 2 limit, 6 degree plus 6 degree comfort. Flatten that side now. Last night I was warm, I was dry, I was absolutely fine. The inside of this quilt is bone dry, but the outside is absolutely soaked. So yeah, I'm just really impressed with this quilt. Right, I am packing up early. The tensioner lines have just pulled out from 2 corners that are facing the wind, and it should be like that, and it's like this. So I'm just going to pack away, get sorted, forget breakfast, and make a move. So at this point in the video I just want to pop in and say that before I say goodbye, because I can't be bothered to do breakfast and everything was soaking wet and I just couldn't be hassled with the stress, and I'll have breakfast at home. After I packed up, I was literally halfway out of getting my stuff out of the tarp. The far back pegs completely released, as in the line lock, and that back end slammed in with the wind, and the pole popped out, and the whole thing landed on top of my bag that was just finished packing. So had I continued and done my breakfast, I would have cooked bacon inside the tarp, by the door, admittedly, at the front. That would have been flattened straight on top of that and probably started a fire. So luckily I didn't. Back to the video. So my thoughts on tarp camping. Not been a total fail, not been a complete success either. I think things need adjusting. I did see a tips and review video on this tarp saying that the guidelines aren't the best in the world. So it's the actual tensioners are not the right size for the tension clips that are on there, so they slip out, and that's what's happened at the corner of this tarp. The condensation was bad, but I did have it quite low to the ground because I knew it was going to be winds this morning, so they were forecasting up to 30-mile-an-hour winds, which in a tarp I've not experienced before, so I wanted to try and make sure that it was safe-ish. The Bivy, I don't understand that. It, from a very short period of time of me being inside it, it's absolutely soaked with condensation. The flame screed quilt that I've got, I cannot recommend that thing highly enough. It is not only warm, and it's kept me warm, and I'm a fairly cold sleeper, but it's kept me throughout the winter. But inside this bivy bag, it's kept completely dry. God, it's collapsing at this end totally now. It's kept me completely dry and warm, even though the outside of the quilt has been drenched. So I'm really impressed with that. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now because I'm going to get this packed up and then just leg it back to the car. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did like it, please hit the thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all on the next one.